Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Happy hump day. Happy hump day here. Trying to see if I got this set up right where we might see everything. Look like it's moving slow again on me. Welcome. Good morning. Welcome to Pick Three at a Glance. Glad to have you with us. New subscribers are coming along, being added every day. So that's a good thing. I know it's slow but sure, just like the lottery. You got to be, it's not a sprint, but a marathon. You need to track your numbers, the actual numbers to win. That's why I say I'm the home and no tic-tac-toe, date sums, grids, flips, multiple different rundown strategies and algorithms. For the simple fact, you have to track and see what these 1,000 numbers are doing to get into the winner circle and pretty much know why you're in there and know why you're playing your numbers. You're just not going to see it with those alone because they don't give you the whole picture. You're looking at the trees instead of at the forest. Okay? And to win, you need to be looking at the forest and see the whole story and whole picture. Um, we had 600 to come in Illinois' evening draw last night. Um, that was one of the numbers that I had said that would be coming because the double zeros and the '06 hadn't fallen last month, working with the law average. So that's what I mean by tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, knowing the numbers, not guessing them. And like I said before, you can't play all the numbers. We can track them all, but you don't want to play all the numbers for your state. You want to know what they're doing. That makes a big difference. I hit the AA5 the day before the 600, but I didn't play the 600 because I have my bucket list of numbers that I'm playing, and I stay with those, and they've been hitting pretty good for me. So I don't jump on and off numbers. The main reason why everybody's jumping on and off all these numbers and doing all these tic-tac-toes, grids, and root sums and stuff, they're trying to figure out some kind of algorithm or strategy going to tell them what numbers or what bunch of numbers might come out the next day. With Pick Three at a Glance, we're not trying to find the numbers that's coming out the next day. We're collecting our winning numbers as we go along by tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. We're not doing an after effect thing. After the number that come out, then try to figure out what's going to come behind that number. Like I said, numbers don't travel. Certain numbers don't bring certain numbers. Midday numbers don't bring evening numbers. Evening numbers don't bring midday numbers. And once you start tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, you're going to find that out to be so true. The numbers work off the law average. Period. That's a small advantage. But it's an advantage that you can use and win with and actually win and know why you're winning. But nothing else can do that for you. Okay? The reason why I have these 1,000 numbers here, again, these 1,000 numbers, all you're going to get for the whole year is 365 of these numbers that you're going to win off of. There's nothing going to tell you what the rest of those 635 numbers are doing unless you're tracking and know how to use them and know what numbers have failed in what place. You have to study these numbers. You have to study more than you play. Then you won't be jumping on and off of all these numbers trying to win. You won't be doing it because you know that, like I said, winning pick three, and that's all I deal with. I don't do pick fours again. I don't do pick fives. I don't do any of that. I don't post numbers for people. I don't do none of that because it works against them. It works against me too because if you track an actual 1,000 numbers and put your strategy and skill set together, you could see something that I missed and you bang them big where I missed it, or it might not be part of my list to play for Illinois or for any state, matter of fact. That's why I don't do that. I give you the tools to study for yourself. Look at the numbers because all the numbers going to run different in all the states. What's going on in Illinois ain't going to be nowhere probably close to what's going on in any other state. And once you track these numbers, you're going to see that it is not no picnic trying to figure out what numbers are coming, put up a bunch of numbers and say play for all states. Because a number is popular, is showing up in all the states, so play it in your state. That number might not never show up in your state for 10 years. The only way you're going to know what's going on in your state is to track your own state numbers. That's the only way you're going to know. Okay. And another thing, these 1,000 numbers take 3 years to rotate out to come exact as they are on this sheet, or 4 years pretty much. So you have to know what's going on with the numbers as a whole to win. You have to know that. That's when I started winning. I looked at everything I could look at. I studied everything I could study, and none of it was telling me how to track all 1,000 numbers on paper. And pick three at a glance is the only thing you got that you can track the actual 1,000 numbers on paper and work with the law average and see how to use it to your advantage along with my counseling and along with my workout sheets. And you can make the workout sheets at your will, but I'm not telling everybody this is copyrighted material. Don't make a book or something and then try not to include me because I'll know, and then I'm a good person, but I'm like a dog with a bone when somebody trying to do me worse than a junkyard dog. I'm a good person, but like I said, I'll be your best friend or your worst enemy. That's all I can tell you. Be your best friend or your worst enemy. So that's all I can tell anybody. Just do me right. If you try to do something with the picture at the glass strategy, I ain't charging nothing on the videos. What I'm doing is, bless the channel as the channel blesses you. And once you start seeing it working for you, you're going to be okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But here we had this 600 come out yesterday. All right. Now, I'm going to go to strategy. If you've been following me, I'm going to be a little ahead of myself here, but I'm going to go back. So if you're a new person and you're trying to catch on with this live, you will. I'm not, I'll take my time. Okay, see here where I had this 600 came in. See, I had these 00 and this 06 in red here. Because I knew that 600 was a good chance to come out. But like I say, I can't play them all now. I could have maybe added, but I got to stick to my budget. I don't want to burn my money up because I'm really looking for 888s and a couple other numbers that I posted. But see here, I had this in red. Now this 37 didn't come out. Because see where I had this is 00 and this 06 underlined here. Didn't come out at all last month. So you can make your numbers up. Not guessing no pairs. You know your pairs that ain't played. All these numbers here that's underlined here didn't play last month. And that's how you track your actual pairs of your 1,000 numbers. No guessing pairs. No running down with a tic-tac-toe day sum grid and trying to find pairs to play. You know what pairs to play because you know what didn't come. And working with the law average, they'll pick themselves back up that following month. Also, you can see on here if it takes, like these 8s here hadn't failed since July. That's why I'm playing the 888s. And the 8 front and the 8 back hadn't failed Uh, the 8 front hadn't failed at all. This is the first time when it came 885 that it failed for the whole year. This is what I mean by knowing what your numbers are doing for your state. And it failed July. The back number failed in January. It's 288. That's the last time this 88 fell on the front and the back. And I'll go into detail what I mean by front and back. That's what you need to know to get in the winner's circle and bang them big. Get them big. Okay? Now, anything that's underlined here that don't show up in this month, I'll carry over to January of 2025. Because like I told you, these numbers take, when you start tracking them, they'll take 3 to 4 years to roll out. So you don't want to jump off a number you know ain't played. You want to carry that number right into the next year. You want to carry anything I'll be carrying these doubles 8 until the next year with this triple 8, because it's been almost 6 months since they played, and I know they only played on the front and back twice for the whole year. See what I'm saying? Now, right here. Or it could have been 160. See? If you play it like that, you'll made them up. You'll see what they do in your state. What they doing here is going to be different in your state. But this 16, this 16, and this 17 didn't play last month, and they haven't played this month yet. This 25 hadn't played. It ain't played this month yet. This 46 that's on the line hadn't played. And this 69 hadn't played, okay? But that's good to know. You have to, as you track it, you want to know what to put numbers to put together and play. You'll see, like this 17, I know what to do with it when I hit, or how I'm gonna use it. And I'm keeping my eye on this 17, because any of these pairs can take 4 or 5 months. Single pairs can take the most I've seen 4 months that it don't even show at all. Any of these pairs. These pairs here, are the 1,000 numbers here. These 1,000 numbers here. Let me see, I got that right. Are these 1,000 numbers? Strategy number 2, this triangle here. This little triangle, because I wanted to know what was going with all the single pairs at a glance every month, every day, every week. I want to know where them pairs stood. This triangle here represents 2,710 of the possible pairs of them 1,000 numbers. This triangle. You hear me now? 2,710 possible combinations of those 1,000 numbers. You can track every pair with this triangle. And we're going to get to, I'll get in detail on it showing you how to do that. But I want to explain, because this is a powerful strategy here, tracking the single pairs. And knowing the last time one of these doubles or any of these pairs being out at a glance. Okay. Yeah, so I just want, so what I do, knowing that this 06 that came out, I'll circle the double sixes and came out, and it's 06, okay? And the one I said was hot, I'll circle this here. And the numbers are doing what they're supposed to do. They're working with the law average. They catch up with themselves. And you right there to watch them catching up. Now, the only thing hot here now is this 3-7. And see, I know that the 3-7 here ain't fell on the front for the whole year. Yeah, I've got my eye on it, so I'll know how to play it when I play it. See, I got you to know everything it is to know about your state numbers just using this little triangle. $2,710 pairs to these thousands of numbers right here. to these thousand numbers right here. Oops. Something got hung up here. Okay. I think, is that right? Okay, I know what I do here. Let me do this here so I'll make sure. In case you can see this. Okay, gotta make sure, yeah. Okay. See? All these 1,000, and it's the only thing you can put on paper to track. You can't track pick 4s, that's 10,000 numbers. Pick 5, 100,000 numbers, and pick 6 is way up there. So I don't mess with those. I invested nothing but pick 3. All right? And that's strategy number 2. That's why I want to kind of break strategy 2 to show you how important it is to know them pairs and how you can make them up to win. Now, what I did on these 1,000 numbers here, I took 22 numbers, did the 1-1 rundown on these 1,000 numbers. On these 1,000 numbers, did 1-1 rundown on them, and I have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations on 22 columns. Period. Yes, you know. Some people say it's genius. I say it came from studying and wanted to win and have a strategy that I could understand for myself and not playing random numbers all the time and not knowing how I won, anything like that. So yeah, right here, I took it and combined it to 22 columns, and I got all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations. And here's the 22 numbers. And if you want to start that strategy 1 sheet, just take these 22 numbers and do the 1-1-1-1 rundown on these 22 numbers. And y'all see all that? I got it lined up, yeah. Because these are singles. Any number with 3 single numbers in it, separate numbers in it, are called singles on pick 3. Because all these singles can come 6 different ways. I gotta break this down for you. If you've been around with me a little bit, you get it. Any of these singles, let me find one. I'm gonna do the 0-0-1-2. Can come 6 different ways. All singles with 3 separate numbers come 6 different ways. 0-1-2. Yeah. 0-1-2. That's the one way it comes. It can come 0-2-1. Then it can come 1-0-2. Then it can come 1-20. Then it can come 2-0-1. Then it can come 2-10. That's all the possible combinations of those 1,000 numbers that this number can come, or any number with 3 separate numbers in it. Okay? That's why they call them singles. All right? So, when you do the 1-1 rundown on these numbers, you're going to get 10 numbers with 12 numbers with 12 columns. Each one of those columns is going to represent 60 numbers, because these can come 6 ways, so you're going to have 10 numbers with the 1-1 rundown, going to give you 60 numbers to each one of these columns. Okay? And I'll show you the master sheet so you'll see. And 60 times 12 is 720 of those 1,000 numbers you'll be able to look at with only 12 columns. and see what's going on with those 1,000 numbers. The doubles are the same way, but they can only come 3 different ways. These are the singles. These are the singles. Remember, they come 6 different ways. The doubles, let's do the 600 anyway, okay? That just came in. Let's do the 600. It can come 600 like it did come. It can come 060, or it can come 006. See that? It can come 3 different ways. Do the 1-1 rundown on them, on the doubles down here. Then you got one column with 30 numbers to a column. And you got the triples can only come one way. So that means you got 9 times 30 gives you 270 of those 1,000 numbers that you're looking at on 9 columns. Okay? And the 10 numbers you're going to have, because they can only go one way. Triples can only come one way. Triples can only come one way. That's 0, let's say 000. No matter how those numbers rotate, it's still going to be the same. That number will be the same. Just like this 012, when it rotates, it makes a whole different number as 021. Or this 102, it rotates a whole different number, 120, then a whole different number of the 1,201 and 210. That's what they mean by rotating, the numbers changing position. Working with the law average, these numbers have to change position. Because every day they can't run the same number like 1, 2, 3. They can't do 1, 2, 3 every day, or we kill them because we're about to play 1, 2, 3 every day. But working with the law average, these numbers have to change position each day. And that's what you're tracking to see what these numbers are doing. But here, these triple zeros, no matter what positions they change, it's going to be triple zeros, period, or triple twos. Triples are going to be the same, or triple ones. They'll be always the same, okay? That's why you see some people say box or combination on these numbers. You can only box or combo singles or doubles. You can't box or combo triples, okay? So if you, just for experiment, if you're new on here, do these numbers. Let me see, can you see that? Yeah, I think it's lined up. Write these numbers down and do the 1-1 rundown. We're going to do the 1-1 rundown on the winning number that came in, so you'll see what I mean by the 1-1 rundown. Then you'll have all 1,000 numbers on and their possible combinations on one sheet or 2 sheets. You can do 2 sheets if you want. But we're going to do the 1-1 rundown on the 600 that came in. All right? So you'll see what a 1-1 rundown or workout, that's what they'll call it, a rundown or a workout is. And that's the only one you're going to have to use using the picture at a glance strategy, okay? So let's do the 1-1 rundown on the 600. And they got 999 different rundowns they use to try to figure out what's coming the next day. But we make this win and pick 3 harder than what it needs to be. That's why I don't do numbers for all these states, because I know if y'all tracking the numbers and it's y'all money, y'all should do a better job than me. And it ain't my money playing in your state, tracking the numbers once I give you my system. So we got the 600 here. You're going to count straight down. You're going to add 1 to the 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you're going to get 9. 1 to 9, you get 10. But a lot of magic don't use nothing but single-digit numbers. That's why they break everything down to a single-digit number and try to win. And when you break it down to a single-digit number, you don't know no more than you knew before. That's why you got to track the actual 1,000 numbers. 1 to 9, you get 0. 1 to 0, you get 1. 1 to 2, you get 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. I'm going to draw a line here. 1 to 5, you're going to get 6. When you get the same number at the bottom, you get at the top, you add it correctly. Same here. 1 to 0, you're going to count straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Add that 1 to that 9, you know it's going to be 10, and you just put the 0 there. Same here. Same number, you count straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You add that 1 to the 9, same thing, you got 0. See that there? That's a rundown. They can make this rundown number out of anything they want. I'll tell you some of the problems they do. They do 1, 2, 3. Let me see if I'm over enough. Okay, I think you can see everybody see. 1, 2, 3. They got plenty of them. They got they got 3, 6, 9. They got 3, 1, 7 is a popular one. They got 9, 9, 9. So you put 9, 9, 9 up here and start trying to add it to all the numbers down here to come up with a number for the next day. Man, that's why I didn't like math. That's why I came up with this. I figure I can just use the ones and I'd be good to go. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to add if I put a 999 up here and try to add that onto this 600, man, you got to get uber goober numbers. I don't know what kind of numbers you're going to get. I wouldn't trust them if it was me. I wouldn't trust them if it was me, and I gave them to you, I bet you. They can make this number anything. 999, 7, they got 777 or 234. They'll make that number anything. I'm telling y'all. That's what had me out. We're making this stuff too hard to win. Track the actual 1,000 numbers. And we're going to be doing that with the picture at a glance. Okay, so here's, like I said, these would be the 10 numbers. Remember I told you these numbers are double, so they can only come 3 different ways. So that gives you the 30 numbers to a column, because they can come 3 different ways, like I showed you with the 600. Okay. I don't know. Is anybody? Let me see. Any questions on here? Okay. Yeah. Okay. 30 numbers with the 600. All right. Now, with these base numbers again here, let me show you. When I say I had those 12 columns, this is a double. And when you do the rundown on this 600 right here, one of these double base numbers will be in that rundown. Will always be in the rundown. Whatever winning number come in, the base number will always be in that rundown. Okay? So all these base numbers have zeros in them. So when you're doing the 111 rundown, all you want to pay attention is to the number that has the zero, the numbers that have the zeros in them for right now. Well, you know the 600 is already the number, but it's not one of the base numbers. We have the 044, and you only got 2. So it would be the 044 is the base number. Okay, so here's the sheet, the master sheet that I'm finna show you. Right to here is the master sheet. This is the sheet that changed it all for me. Here's the 12 numbers that are singles with the columns, if you can see that. Okay. Each one of these numbers comes 66 different ways. That gives you 60 numbers to each column. Like I said, which gives you the 720 numbers. Now, we got the doubles. And I say OPPB, be organized, be patient, persistent. You want to be organized. You want to be patient. You want to be persistent. You want to stick with a budget and play responsibly. And see here, these are the doubles. These are the doubles that you do the 111 rundown, and you'll get these same exact numbers. Right here, same exact numbers you'll get. And here's the triples. Like I say, they only come one way. These come three different ways on the doubles. So you want to find out where this 600 is on this double sheet, okay? And you want to find out, here is the 044. That's the base number. So you're going to go to 044 and find this 600. Okay, you go to 044, you come down, and there this 600 is. Bam, you're done. This is what I call looking at the forest and not at the trees. Because you got all the doubles and their possible combination right here. You see everything going on. You ain't guessing what's going on. This is your forest here. And everything, see these arrows right here? It lets me know that these columns did not fall at all last month. So working with the law average, if I'm looking for numbers to play, hey, Deborah Bailey, how you doing? Glad to have you with us. If I'm looking for numbers to play, when I do hit, I know I'm going exactly to these numbers. I'm not going to be trying to track all them 270 doubles. I'm going to where ain't no numbers played. And I know right here, this column is 30 numbers that didn't play last month, and this column here is 30. That's 60 numbers at a glance I got my eyes on, but I didn't put them together where all you're going to be looking at is 10 or 20 other numbers and knowing what happened with them. I'm doing great. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah, this is the forest you're looking at, not the trees. You're not doing all those different algorithms and other things because you're looking at the trees and not the forest. Okay, now, like I showed you with strategy number 2 here, the 660. Remember I told you that 66 and that 06 was hot if you've been following me? Because I knew they were hot because they didn't play last month. The law average has to pick itself up. As it's straightening out, you following it. Okay, now here, I'm gonna put it, I got strategy number 2 on my sheet here. That's organized. So I'm gonna do the same that I did on the big when I put it in bold writing so everybody can see that better and I can explain it better. See here, strategy 2. I'm gonna go over here. Everything underlined I know didn't fall last month or even longer. Okay, I didn't, did I not? I don't think I must have used my big sheet. I didn't mark off that 885 that came in yesterday, the day before yesterday. 885 and the 58. I had to catch up myself. Now, so I would mark off, see here, this 00 that didn't fall last month. You're going to mark it off now that it came. And it's 06 didn't fall. So I told people that 600 probably is due coming out. Not guessing, I knew it's due because the 00 and 06 hadn't failed at all. This is the law average in effect, catching up with itself. Now, and when you do that, bam, you're done. When you mark off the 600 in the doubles column, bam, you're done. And the way this is powerful, you each month you do a sheet. You're gonna track your pairs, and you always know what those pairs are doing. Like I say, this triangle gives you 2,710 of the possible pair combinations out of those 1,000 numbers. Now, if that's genius, then I guess I'll take credit, but I ain't no braggadocious person. I'm glad I came up with it though, because now I can know always what pairs are missing. I always know what pairs to carry over to win the AA5, and I'm playing triple eights in Illinois. Now I ain't saying play it for your state unless you didn't track something and know you playing triple A. But just to play a triple, just to play triples when they don't hardly pay nothing, and even playing this, I know the odds of it coming are not that great, because in Illinois, we've already had 4 triples to fall on evening. We had the 5, 6, 7s, and the 9s triples to fall on evenings. Okay, so I know I'm going against the law average right now, because on average, you only get 3 triples out of a year in a year's time. We didn't had 4, so for that 8 to come, triple 8 to come out is slim to none. But what I'm seeing here, though, I know that the 8 hadn't fell on the front in January. The A8 hadn't fell on the front in January, and the 2-8 only fell once in January on the back. And then I knew that these double 8s hadn't failed since July. So not to play triple 8s, I have to be losing my mind. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. You want to see time is on your side. Like I said, this is a marathon, not a sprint. You want to see what these numbers are doing so you can how you're going to use them best. So that's how I hit the AA5, because I wheeled it. And if you look at my previous video, I'll show you, you'll see how it wheeled. Okay, how to do wheeling your numbers. So now out of here, I pick my numbers, I make my bucket list, and I stick with my bucket list of numbers. I ain't jumping on and off trying to find a number that's going to come the next day. That's after the fact. You want to get your collection of numbers before the draw is due. Okay. Now here, perfect example. I doing this strategy too, and tracking. I realized that 38 pair hadn't failed off of this triangle for 4 months. 4 months. A 38 and an 8 hadn't failed. So any number you was playing was 3 or 8, you just burned your money up. If you didn't know why you was playing it, you just burned your money up. Every number you gonna play, if you're doing this, you're gonna know why you playing it and how you playing it. But I knew that the 38, just like I knew this double A hadn't failed in 4 months. I knew that the 388 and the 883 hadn't failed. I mean, the 388 and the 338 hadn't failed. So I loaded up on those numbers and they came in. I'm not just playing any numbers. I know why I'm playing these numbers. And you will too. You will. It's once you get this under your belt, you won't need any other strategy system, because you'll be tracking all 1,000 numbers. You'll be looking at the forests instead of looking at the trees in your state. 3A hadn't failed. So, like I said, you mark off the 66 and the 06, okay? They hadn't failed. There it is. Now, using this triangle, they got 2 separate numbers, which is a double, was the 0 and the 6. You mark those off. Now, say you had 3 separate numbers, like 1, 2, 3. You got 3 pairs you're going to mark off here. Let me show you. Let me show you. Mm. 1, 2, 3. 3 separate numbers. 1, 2, 3. See, 3 separate. So you're gonna have 3 separate pairs. You see what I'm talking about? All them 2,000 some pairs. If you ain't tracking, you got the 12 is a pair. You got the 13 is a pair, but it'll come to you easy. And the 23 is a pair. So on here, on strategy 2, I would mark off the 12, the 13, and the 23, but they haven't came in yet, so I can't mark them off yet for December. Or whatever number comes in, if it's 3 separate, like 3 separate numbers, like that, then there's 3 pairs that make up this number here. If you playing and you don't know why the last time the 12, the 13, and the 23 pair ain't filled, you playing a loser's game. But it's going to be simple using picture at a glance street because it'll be right in your face off the triangle here. And then if a triple come in, like I'm going to do triple eights, I'm going to talk about the number that I'm playing, get a little karma in here going, you know what I'm saying? So do the triple eights, then you'd mark off that double 8 because I'm playing them triple eights, y'all. Illinois evening draw. That's all I can tell you. Yeah. And so you just mark off the double 8 to represent the triple. Okay? That way you won't miss that pair thinking that it hadn't came when you go over to the next month with it on that double or that triple. Now, same thing here, strategy number 3. They used to talk about when a number is cold, talking about a number ain't played, like from 0 to 9, what number ain't played. If it ain't played and you playing a number, add that 0 in on your number that you're playing. That was somewhat okay, but I never knew what position that number, to play the number in if I was playing it at all. So I said I need to make something up where from 0 to 9 with 3 columns, since it is 3 separate numbers, so I know what position those numbers fell in, okay? So what I did, I said, okay, the 600 would be, the 6 would be, see, here's the first time. See this 6, you see how I catch what law average, just see this line here? This how I line my numbers to know what numbers ain't came in. See how this 6 didn't fall at all last month? I'm pretty sure. Didn't fall last month. So here's the 6 in the front that didn't fall. And here's the 0 in the middle, hadn't failed this month. And then the 0 on the back. See? So that's what I mean, working with, see how the numbers pick themselves up? And as you tracking your own numbers in your own state, you're going to be able to see a lot of this. And if you had a number with a 6 in it that you was playing and you realized that the 6 didn't fall on the front, if you had a number like 126, let's say 126, you playing that number, or if I'm playing that number, and I realize that this month the 6 hadn't fell on the front, I'm definitely going to play this number here, which is probably going to be straight box the way I'm going to be playing it if it's my daily carry number. That's what you look for to hit straight. I'm definitely going to play it in this month as 612 and 621, like that, 50 cents straight to cover that 6 coming in, working with the law average. That's more likely how that number is going to come if you playing it and you know how long it's been out since you played it, or it's been out, or why you playing it. You always know what these numbers are doing. See that? See what I did there? Ain't no guessing on none of this. And you can use it to your advantage. No guessing. See See that 6 there? You want to, or if it hadn't failed in the middle, you use it, put it in the middle, depending on the number that you're playing. Or on the end, if you, because you can, here in Missouri, Illinois, well, I'm in Illinois, but in Missouri, when I was over in Missouri, sevens didn't play with no number, no pick 3 number for 2 months. 2 months. 2 months, I'm telling you. I was shocked myself, but boy, was that gravy good when I caught them. Because they didn't play it. I said, okay, they ain't playing. I'm getting on these sevens. I got on the sevens. I did 7-7 front, 7-7 back, and I wheeled the sevens. And I'll show you how to do all that. But yeah, you can't see that stuff. You look at, if you're doing anything other than that, you're looking at the trees and not at the forest. And you can't see when the law average is really got something hot for you to grab. If you study doing a whole bunch of other numbers and trying to figure out what's coming the next day, and you don't even know what's going on with none of the numbers you playing anyway. Or even if you do a rundown on a bunch of numbers and you don't know nothing about them, you just, I would tell anybody, just go get you some quick picks and hope for the best. Because that's about what you're going to get out of it. Just go get some quick picks. Don't frustrate yourself. Don't do no tic-tac-toe. Don't do no rundown. Don't do nothing. If you ain't tracking these numbers, I would tell anybody that. Just go get you some quick picks and hope for the best. But here, knowing that this 6 ain't fail on the front and how to use it, that's powerful. Knowing that a 38 ain't fail in 120 days or 4 months, that's powerful. Knowing that this 88 ain't fail but on the front or the back, but once in the whole year, that's how I hit them, that's powerful. That's knowing, not guessing. Knowing that one of these columns might not hit for 3 months, and knowing that you only have to look at playing these 10 numbers here and win, that's powerful. You ain't gonna see that nowhere else. You ain't gonna be able to do it nowhere else. You ain't gonna do it, y'all. That's all I can say. Now, then my fourth strategy is front pair, back pair. Front pair, back pair. What I wanted to do, strategy number 4, this is the final strategy. What I wanted to do is know what number didn't fall on the front, what number didn't fall on the back. All through the year, I want to track. So I know how to use them numbers. You got to know how to use the numbers. It's not how often you win, it's how you play the game. Working with the law average to win. He said, well, how often you win? I win. I just show I win. That ain't the thing. It's how big you going to get them when you do win. Because you ain't got a lot of money to play all these numbers. Nobody does. If you got that much money, you shouldn't be playing, I figure. Or don't need to play. You might be wanting to play for fun. I mean, if I won millions of dollars, I probably would still do this just for fun, just to sharpen my skills. I wouldn't be don't play out of greed or need. Been there, done that, y'all. Don't work. If you're in a hole, stop digging. I was in a hole. I stopped digging. That's what started this. That's what started this. This got me out the hole. Okay? In a hole, stop digging. Don't play out of greed or need. Don't play out of greed or need. So, if you're in a hole, stop digging. Okay? Now, the 600 that came in, this is numbers these numbers up here on the front and the back. All right? Front back numbers are the same. So, let me make sure I got this over where you can metal bias. Okay, so see this 6-0, I'll mark it off. Now see right at a glance, I can see this fail 4 times for the whole year, which is cool. I really don't worry about the check mark that much. I just want to make sure I don't miss no number that hasn't failed. Because I'm working with the law average, I want to make sure I see numbers that haven't failed so I know how to play them. And then the 0-0 on the back. And it looks like here, if I'm looking right, and I know I'm looking right pretty much, this is the second time that the double zeros fell on the back. At a glance. No guessing, no tic-tac-toe, no date saw, no grid, no flip, no mirror. Right here, I'm looking at the fours and not the trees. Because everything I do, I'm looking at the fours, not the trees. Everything you'll memorize stuff, and stuff will come to you to help you be a bigger and better winner and build a strategy and a skill set. Looking at the fours, not trees. Now for the whole year, see, I knew this up here was going to hit. Because the last time they came on these numbers down here. They hadn't played for the whole year. See, November, December, and January is my best months. My bang 'em months, my bang 'em, get 'em months. Because the law average has led me to where I need to be to know what these numbers pretty much are going to be doing. Because I'm tracking them all year. I play pretty much daily. But I play on a budget. I know when to cut back. I know when to pick them up because I'm dealing with the actual numbers. Now see here, for midday, I mean not midday, I keep talking about midday. But for evening, Illinois, this 17 ain't fell on the front. This 37 ain't fell on the front. And this 50 ain't fell on the front. We just picked up that AA pair. That's why I was telling you. That's on the front. That's why I was telling you that the double eights was coming. And then here on the back, the 22 ain't failed yet. The 39 ain't failed, and the 50 ain't failed. And I know exactly when I hit how I'm going to invest in these numbers because I've been tracking them. I've been looking at the forests and not the trees. You see that? 17, 37, 50 on the front. That's pretty good. They only have three pairs left for the whole year. That's a little. I usually have more than that for a year. So that means that's pretty good. Good eating if you know how to play these here, and this here, this 22, this 39, and this 50. That's pretty good. And how to wheel it, how you wheel pairs, and pairs is important now. You don't leave pairs out this game. Let's go with this 7. I'm going to show you how to wheel the number. See, this 17 ain't peeling on the front. And I got my eyes on this 17. This 1-7. This 1-7. To wheel it, and that's what I call wheeling the numbers. You're going to play 170, 171, 172, 173, 174, 175, 176, 177, 178, 179. And I bet 50-cent box on this if I want. Depending on how I play, and depending on what number I got out of here, okay? 179. All right? Now, that's how you will it. Or you play a straight, I probably, depending on play, and depending on what I'm doing, a lot of times I play a straight box. Like that. That's $10 play. But I ain't been, I've been tracking it, so it depends on how much I'm going to play, how long I play. I got all that in my mind. And you'll do that too once you start playing. And really what I know pretty much, this 178 is a good number for me. Because this 78 is a pair that runs pretty regular every month. And I know the 17 ain't played on the front, so this is really my hot number, I would say, for me. For me. But I ain't playing it now. Y'all can do what you want. But I can't add that to my bucket list right now. So if I play this, and anything with a 1 and 7 come in it, out of this list, I think it's Illinois, if it's $50, it'll be $40. So what I would do is take that $40 and reinvest it. Really, maybe play this 5 times straight box, because this is my hot number now I'm playing, and then probably play this right back at them. Depends what I'm looking at. Okay. Now, that's what a wheel is. Any pair, anywhere, you just add it, take it down from 0 to 9. All right, and that's pretty much. So what you're looking at here, what you're looking at, you got your 12 columns here, the singles. To find the number, you mark it off. You look at this triangle that covers 2,710 of the possible combination of pairs, just with this little triangle, and how to use it. You find those, you do the pairs, bam, you're done. Same way here, like the 600, you're going to mark the 6, the 00, bam, you're done. And this is what I'm talking about tracking. That's it. This is going, and then the front pair, back pair, that takes about 5-10 minutes out your day, if that. And you'll know more than any tic-tac-toe, date, sun, grid, flip, mirror, algorithm I ever show you. And then you're going to do the 600. You're going to do the 60 on the top, front pair, mark it off, and the 00 on the back. Bam, that's your whole shebang. Now you can go walk your dog, go to your wife and ask about the honey-do list. Or the husband, I guess y'all got a honey-do list too, women. Whatever, you done. You caught up. That's how this works. And you'll know everything you're going to need to know as you go along each month and each day of what's going on with them numbers. Okay? Now, and then the beauty of here, I'm going to show you what mirroring numbers are about, and how this sheet helps you with mirroring numbers, so you'll know what to do with them. Okay? Let me, okay. Show you how to mirror numbers. If you're new, you don't know how to mirror numbers. Let me see if I can use this. Okay. I'm gonna put it down here. I think I can get away with it down there on that paper there. How to mirror numbers. Let's do this here. I'm sure you'll be able to see it. Say you got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all you have to understand is mirroring numbers for the picture at a glance. So to get these bottom numbers here, you're going to use +5 to any single number or give you its opposite number from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So +5 to 0 gives you 5. +5 to 1 gives you 6. +5 to 2 gives you 7. +5 to 3 gives you 8. +5 to 4 gives you 9. See that? So let's say this here represents the 1,000 numbers. From 0 to 4 is the top of the 1,000 numbers. From 5 to 9 is the bottom of the 1,000 numbers. So let's say you got triple zeros here and 499. That gives you the top half of the numbers. 500 to 999 gives you the bottom half of the numbers. All right? Now, so let's say 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0. 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1. 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2. 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3. 4 opposite 9, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. So if you play 012, 012, and the lottery played 567. They just played the opposite number of what you was playing, or vice versa. See, because 012, you have 567. 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0. 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1. 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2. Same thing here. Say you played the 789. And the lottery played 2, 3, 4. Or vice versa. You played 2, 3, 4, the lottery played 7, 8, 9. They just played your opposite number. Your opposite of that 1,000 number would be the 7, 8, 9. Because 2 is opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. That's the only mirroring strategy you need to worry about, okay? Because see, what I did, the 1-1 rundown, when I realized, when I knew this mirroring system, and I really didn't know what I had at first, but when I seen this mirroring system, and I realized that when you do the 1-1 rundown, every number in that column is going to be its opposite. Like this 600, the opposite of it is 155. See there? 155. 1 opposite 0, 0 opposite 1. 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0. 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0. Same right here. 711 is going to give you 266. There it is right there. 266. The 822 gives you 377 at a glance. See, that's why it don't give you brain fog or mess your head up with this, because it's all organized. It gives you the 377. There it is right there. 377. Then the 933. It's going to be 488. You should be able to do this with me. Here it is, 488. All organized. Then you got the 044, they're the opposite of it. 599, right there in that column. Top, bottom. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. There it is. Now, the beauty of the picture at a glance strategy, using the 1-1-1 rundown on the numbers, and the power of it, and how to strategize with it. All these columns with the 1-1 rundown have its opposite with it. Okay? Like here. You can see it. This 018, the opposite, you should be able to call it with me. It's going to be 563. There it is right there. It's 129. It's going to be 674. There it is right there. This 230 going to be 785. There it is right there. The 341 going to be 896. There it is right there. This 452 is going to be 907. There it is right there. See that? The power that when you're tracking and you realize that you have a column here hasn't fallen all for 3 months or 2 months or 1 month, you'll know that these is where you're going to go get your numbers if you know that that column working with the law average ain't failed all month. Okay? And the power that when I'm tracking these numbers and I see I got a column ain't failed for 3 months, I'm looking for what number and its opposite didn't fall working with the law average, because 9 out of 10, one of those two numbers are going to come in. You'll see that when you start tracking. So I'm not trying to play all these numbers unless, I got enough money that I can splurge and go with them box. And if the numbers I'm playing don't come in, I'll load up on those two I know didn't come in. You'll build your strategy and your skill set. Okay? Every one of these columns do the same thing. All of them have their numbers and their opposites, even with the double, like I showed you with the 600. Like I showed you with the 600. See here? And the 044, I know you automatically know what column to go to. Once you start doing this, you'll know the column. This 044, like again I showed you, instead of like the 600, 044, 599. There his opposite is, right? The 155 is actually the 600. It's 600, okay? The 266 is 711. The 377, 822. And the 488, 933. See, all you're doing is looking at these numbers and seeing what they're doing. And the thing about doubles here, it can take 5 months for a double column not to hit. Like this column here, this 005 column, the number that came off it for the first day of the year of January when I came over here to Illinois was 616. Now, do you know this column did not hit for almost 5 months? But when it came, I won on it. I won the 338. See, time on your side. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Okay? Time is on your side. See, and I was watching it. I had my eye on it. So when it was ready and I was ready, that's where I went to get my numbers. You always know where to get your numbers at if you track it and watching. And like I just showed you, it don't take but 10 minutes to track the numbers out of the day. If that, well, 10 minutes I'd say. 5, depends on, what you're doing. Then you'll know more than probably anybody knowing using tic-tac-toe, grid, flip, mirrors, and all that stuff. For your state, for your numbers. None of this is applicable to nobody else's state if you ain't tracking your own numbers or everybody's number. The principles are practicable or can be used. But that's why I only do pick 3, because it's trackable, teachable, and doable. I have no way to teach no pick 4. I have no way to teach no pick 5. I definitely don't have no way to teach no pick 6. But anybody can teach this. Pick 3 and how to track the numbers. Anybody. Anybody. And I got people on here that can teach it probably better than me right now. Because they've been with me I've been going on 2.5 years now, and they've been with me every step of the way. Okay. And I haven't changed too much, I don't think. Scott probably can tell you. Because ain't no changing to do. I got 1,800 videos pretty much covering the same thing, but they solid. They solid. I don't change up. Change for what? If it's working, don't fix it. I learned that a long time ago. When something work, I don't fix nothing. I don't fix it. Now, it had to break down completely on me. Okay. Now, I mean, like I said, they got this wild ball that's changing a little thing, but I'm still hitting and winning even with that wild ball. But I do. People ask me, well, do you play the wild ball and the fireball? No, I don't do that because you don't know. You got, I think on that wild ball, it has to be, is it a 0? I guess it would still have a 0 to 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess it does have a 0. It have to have a 0 in there. So this wild ball, you have no idea which one is coming. I can't pick that wild ball like I can pick these 3 numbers, because that wild ball, anything can come out. So I don't play no wild ball with my money. No, and that costs you an extra $1 or extra 50 cents for what? I put that extra dollar on Triple H like I'm gonna do today. And I know not no 50 cent on nothing that I don't have no control over. It's just like buying the scratchers. You ain't got no control over them scratchers. What you see is what you get. With this wild balls, what you see is what you get. That's all you get. You can't say by no law average which one of these 9 single numbers gonna come out. I don't care if it ain't been out in a year or whatever. You don't know. Like I said, you got to pick 3 numbers. I know it ain't been out in 15 years. I don't know when that 2 might come out. I can't even use it with the law average too much because it's only a single number. But I know that 1, 2, 3 have to rotate and change places. I know that. I know that it ain't gonna stay 1, 2, 3 every day. I know that it catch up while I'm tracking. I can't track these balls and say, oh well, as the 0 came out here, mark them off like this, and say, all right, now do for a 3. Ain't no way I know how to do that. It's a single number. What average? I don't think there's no average to no Powerball or Wild Ball. And if you do, you don't know when it's coming anyway. But here I can kind of surmise that if 1, 2, 3 ain't came out just like the 8s and tracking it, that I can hit this whole number a whole lot better. I can hit one of these single numbers and try to have it change places with a number. Can't do it. I don't see it. I don't do wild ball or fireball. I put that on my pick 3 number, period. And, so all these mirror each other. And like I was saying with that 616 hasn't played. But if you ain't tracking, you don't know that. You don't know where to pick your numbers at. You're looking at the trees instead of looking at the forest. This ain't a sprint. It's a marathon to win. Just take your time. Numbers ain't going nowhere. If you have to back off, back off. I think at 7 o'clock today, I'm probably going to do just a Q&A. 7 p.m., I'm going to look at Central Standard Time. I want to see if I'm going to add that to my bucket list of things to do, see how it goes. Because I know I do a lot of detailed explaining on my first live, because I do that on purpose. Hopefully people can see what I see and get in the winner's circle and not have to, chase a lot of these numbers and not know why they playing their number. And just follow. You'll see how them numbers going to fall in line. But I'm thinking about 7 because some people work at nights or days, and they might have some real detailed questions they may want to ask. So I think I'm going to try to do a 7 p.m. Central Standard Time question. Just pretty much going to be geared toward questions and answers. And that's going to be it. Because, like I said, the videos, I think I put enough detail in them to explain enough for everybody. So, like I always say, family, play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you tracking, you'll soon be packing to Lucky Town. And tracking is king. That's the only thing I can say, y'all. And tracking is king. All right. Happy winnings.